So our community guest today is Lisa, and I'm going to invite her in to give her the space that she deserves to be able to tell her story. Here we go. Hi, Lisa.
Howdy, Lisa.
Hello.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful
It's
where
beautiful
you
where you
are.
are. Yeah.
It is a beautiful day. I'm in the Pacific Northwest on an
Oh,
island about an hour and a half north of
Ooh.
Seattle. So
Oh, lovely.
oh,
it's
Oh, it's so
oh
beautiful
my
there.
gosh.
it's
Seattle
dreamy.
rains constantly. Yes.
Ah.
I
Wow.
love the Pacific Northwest. It's
It's
Like
absolutely
it literally looks like a painting behind you. That sky. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
for our
Beautiful.
listening audiences that can't see it. Go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Go to the
It's
YouTube.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're super glad to have you here. Everybody knows we're going to be talking about PCOS, insulin resistance. I've mentioned that we are going to talk about binge eating disorder, but this is an opportunity for you to tell your story. It's unfiltered, uncut. We get emotional here, and it's
Yeah.
okay. We just breathe through it, and we're in the moment together because we have a lot of healing to do too, don't we? Right?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
so we'll do it
Definitely.
together. We'll do it together.
Good. Good.
Oh, yeah.
So do you want me to tell the whole, like my
You
whole
can tell me
Mounjaro
anything you want to. You can tell us anything you
journey?
want to. Yes.
Well, like a lot of people, I'm almost at a year. August 4th will make a year since I took my very first Mounjaro injection. I spent July on Ozempic, and we just didn't get along well. And so I actually was on TikTok one day, and I saw somebody had made a transition from Ozempic to Mounjaro, and I thought, gosh, I wonder if that would work for me. And I was in a pretty dark place. I had really given up on my health and my future, and I was in a state of just constant inflammation, constant binge eating. I remember the first day that I took my injection, I actually had sores on the roof of my mouth because I had eaten so many Skittles watching a movie like 2 nights before that. Like I had sores on the roof of my mouth. I was in such a state of sugar addiction that I was foregoing meals and eating like drumsticks for breakfast because I could justify it saying it's just the milk is frozen and the cone is like your cereal but all in one cone. And I'm telling you, I was completely in a sugar addiction space. And so my doctor okayed it, and I filled the script and took my first injection. And day three, I looked at my husband and said, I almost feel lonely today. And he said, what? And I said, I woke up today and I didn't analyze everything that I ate yesterday. And my mind's really quiet. And I haven't felt like this in a really, really long time. And it's very hard to articulate to somebody that has never had food noise or struggled with a binge eating disorder. But I was in such a dark place at the time. This might sound crazy to some people, but I was showering with the lights off because I didn't want my mind to tell me what the reflection showed. I was in a dark place, and Mounjaro changed it. And here I am, like almost a year in, and 80 pounds down. And
That's great.
Wow.
And there are so many days that I feel like I just want to sit and have a drink with the makers of Eli Lilly and say thank you for creating such a thing, such a tool for me to use until the coupon ran out. And now I don't know that I would share a drink, I might.
Right.
Wait, throw it in
Now-
their face instead.
Now I'm in a place where I actually think, if you would have told me that I would have had this change and known what this felt like for a year, but then the carpet was going to get pulled out,
Yeah.
and I actually had to know what the roller coaster felt like, and then get back on it, even though I don't want to. I don't know if I ever would have taken the first shot.
Yeah.
I think maybe no. because when you get on a roller coaster that's that scary, that you feel like your life can't handle it, you don't stand back in line for it, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know better. And I hate that.
Yeah.
because I feel so much better without carrying 80 pounds around and without carrying a binge eating disorder every moment of every day.
Yeah. I think we can all relate to a good bit of that, especially Kat and I, because we also struggle with BED as well.
Yeah.
So you're not alone. I'll tell you that.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
the coupon ending, like, because the timing of this episode, there's no way we can not talk about it. And one of the reasons that we started this too, as I mentioned, was because it's not okay. It's not okay that there are medications like this available. And like that's what right Rosie even said on her episode, like it's inhumane to keep these medications from people when it solves or at least treats so many different issues and diseases and disorders.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to get to a place where, maybe we can affect some change. And I don't know what the end of this roller coaster is going to look like for us. I
Right.
don't
Right.
know, but I think
Right.
it's worth trying,
Me too.
So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to do. And so I would love to understand in terms of, and if it's okay for me to ask you some questions, is that all right?
I'm open. Yep.
Okay.
You ask
Um,
whatever.
It's a safe place. I promise I won't lead you
Yeah.
astray. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. So in terms of when you were growing up, is this anything that you were always dealing with, or was this at a specific point in your life?
Mm. My binge eating disorder started when I was just 6 years old. When I was 6, my sister passed away. She drowned in a horrible accident, and she was older than me, and she was like another mom to me, and she took care of me. She was my person. She was my safe place, and I didn't know how to process trauma. Of course, I was just little, and there was a lot of, just as you can imagine, trauma in the adults in my life. And
Yes.
so the very first time that I ever ate and made myself sick was on my birthday in the bottom of my closet. It was Snickers. I ate until I was sick, and it was because she wasn't at my party. And so
Yeah, of course.
I just went from that pain place to the next pain place in my life, and to the next pain place in my life. Always finding food. And I've said all of my life, had I been a teenager or an adult when that kind of pain happened in my life, I would have been an alcoholic. I would have been a drug addict. I would have been a seeker of some kind. But because I was such a little girl, it was food. It was always sneaking food. There was no way to hide anything from me. I would find it. It didn't matter where you put it. I was going to find it, and I was going to eat it all. And so, yeah, I wasn't an active in my eating disorder until I was in high school. But the binge eating part has been a part of my life as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I understand. I think that just in terms of being able to relate with you, I also struggled with this one since I was 8.
Right.
And my parents had split, and then my mom went on her own for a while, and then she met my dad, and then they got married, and they had a child. And it was, they were both young and kind of starting out, and I remember the tension about like money and all of those things and not understanding them. And I loved having a little sister, but obviously there's stressors with that as well, and I didn't really know how to handle it. And I also coped with food because that's usually what kids can get their hands on, right? And they're
Right.
trying to control something. At
Yeah.
least that's been my experience. And it's very difficult, I think, to break that cycle. And the
Yeah.
fact that I have genetic issues with obesity on my side, I think it was just kind of like this perfect mix, to cause this to be a continuous issue. And we're definitely going to ask our doctor about that too. Like, what comes first, chicken or the egg? Like, what is it? Is it the predisposition? Is it
Yeah.
insulin
Mhm.
resistance?
Right.
And you mentioned, I know we've talked before about struggling with PCOS. And for most people don't know, that's polycystic ovarian syndrome. Would you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So when I was in fourth grade when I started my cycle. I started young, and my cycle
Okay.
was, I mean, it was just brutal. It was brutal. It was awful. It was like 11 days long. I would lay out towels from my bathroom or from my bed to the bathroom so that, because there was no stopping anything. And
Yeah.
I would miss school. I would throw up. I mean, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And in my 20s, I started doing some homework and was seeking help. Like, somebody help me figure out what's wrong with me. There is something, I knew there was something wrong with me, but I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me until
Right.
I read an article about a woman that it was like she had followed me around and she was writing my story and
Yeah.
using her name. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And so I took the article to my doctor and I said, I need these tests run, and I need this figured out. And so come to find out, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, adenomyosis. I had 2 laparoscopies to try to remove some adhesions and cysts and try to slow things down. And at 32, ended up with a hysterectomy. And then my hysterectomy is, I don't scar on the outside of me, but I do scar horribly on the inside of me, and I didn't know it at the time. But where they did my hysterectomy caused this beautiful lace that just grows on the inside of me, and it just causes adhesions everywhere, and it attaches my everything. I mean, it's just like this spider web on the inside of me. And so twice now I've had to have surgery to remove the adhesions. And actually, right before I started Mounjaro, I was scheduled for the next one to remove the adhesion. And because the inflammation is out of my body, those adhesions aren't pulling, and I'm not losing work, losing days of work like I was before. I
Yeah.
mean, I was having probably
Amazing.
5 or 6 episodes a month,
Mm.
Wow.
and I've had 3 episodes in 11 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's life-changing.
Yeah.
It
And
is.
an episode, what does an episode look like? An episode for me would be just out of the blue. No warning sign at all. I would just feel like somebody was cutting me on the inside. Like
Oh,
to the point that I would be almost throwing up. If I was at a store, I would have to grab a hold of whatever fixture was near me, and I would have to breathe through whatever was happening like I was having a child. I mean, it was like labor
Mhm.
pain.
yeah. Oh my
And
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm a labor support coach and have been for 27 years. So um, I would try not to panic and know that I was going to be okay. And I would
Yeah.
get myself to the car and try to drive home. But the episodes lasted sometimes 24 hours,
Yeah.
sometimes longer. Um, and now they're like an hour or 2. And like I
Oh,
said, I've only had like 3.
yeah.
So um, yeah, no surgery for me yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Well, I hope this has at least helped in some way, for you to not have to
Yeah.
experience that maybe even anymore.